Welcome to Tour Truck Tuesday, KBS Golf Experience. I'm here again. You guys have been asking me for a fitting on P7 TW, the Tiger Woods iron. Why don't I fit people into it? Well, it's for good reason. There's not many ballers out there that can use this iron. But today, I've managed to find a victim who's worthy of them. My buddy Cameron Avery has come here to the KBS Golf Experience studio. We're gonna get him in these. We're gonna lower his ball flight. He's come for a fitting, but little does he know, I've given him the trotty golf treatment. And as you can see, I've pretty much already picked his weapons. So without further ado, subscribe and follow. Check the description below if you fancy getting in this location. All the details to these beautiful bats are here. Let's see how Cameron gets on. So as discussed, Cam, this is a different type of fitting, mate. The one you had previous.
I've never been fitted.
So this is, so you're the
never been fitted. Yeah.
perfect guy to go trotty golf style, basically. So I am going to start. I know you play like a hybrid type iron, so I'm going to go with this. This is going to be like your Hunter.
Yeah.
Ball speed is off the charts. So if you look at that from the top line down, it's something you're used to seeing, quite a big ahead. Then you've got this MC4 iron. So we'll go 3 iron 770, MC4 iron. You're like the tailor-made dream. We're going to have all sorts of heads, which you'll play. This will hunt for you as well. So again, back in Oz, or whether you play on East Coast, you can get, hopefully, a flatter balls flight. Reason I'm doing that this way, guys, previous game of golf I've played with Cameron, he hits it absolute moonball, calling out for tech, but he loves, which is what this is, a beautiful set of looking golf clubs. So take the 5 iron, look at it from the player's view that you've got there, and then as you start to line them up together, you can see we've already got the 7 iron in the fitting bay. But as you get down into the 8, 7 is there, sorry, and then the wedges, you can just see as you look at them as a group, this gets so much bigger. We've got a large pitching wedge that goes and grades into these beautiful mill grind 4s, which are going to be a raw finish for you. I'm stoked about those things. You're going to love them. But that, look at that one. That's quite big for a pitching wedge.
Yeah, big for a pitching wedge, but it makes sense because I grew up playing 681s and 680s, and they're always a lot more. They just, I think the worst term for them was scoopy, but I think that's something that I'm used to because I grew up playing with these. What is with this is I've always wondered on the Tiger set compared to the rest of the TaylorMade set why they like that.
So milled grind soles on these. You get the milled grind on the MG4. But on the wedges, on the irons, Tiger was very specific about bounce and the distance between finger and thumb. So how wide that would be, and then bounce. And he wanted exactly the same.
It's like a micro bevel too.
Exactly. He used to have these shaped out by a guy that he trusted. But what TaylorMade did when they worked with him is they shaped that sole exactly how he would want it. As you look down, and one of the main things, which is great that we're testing with it here at KBS, the grooves. You're going to have more grooves in this versus the P7 MB. Some players say closer together. So the spin rate, in Tiger's opinion, changes a little bit. But Rory uses this groove in a P7M in his set that he plays, correct? And that disperses the water he feels when he gets in the semi-rough. It disperses it better, which gives it a better controlled spin rate, which then ties up to, and I'll actually let you peel off the sticker of that one. Sticker on the face, I'll let you do them all. I don't want to take that privilege away
that's
from
all
you.
right. I think I've only ever had one new set of golf clubs.
These things are absolute munch machines when it comes to spin. And then obviously when we pair them up in this set.
You're going to give me some golf balls as well. Because
exactly.
I'm going to be putting gills all over them.
But feel the face on that.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Man, it's going to be putting some gills on that. I like, just one, when you get a new wedge and you've just got that. It's like when the spin milled first came out and you were playing those when they still had the Pro 90s and Pro 100s. You just, second shot you'd hit with them. Yeah. They're just like, oh, I'm going to give you a golf ball now.
Yeah. So spin treads is what we're calling that. It's laser etching set at a 45-degree angle. So obviously we were just talking off camera about how your mate Rummy gets you coming down into certain golf shots. If you get the correct angle of attack and delivery with this, the spin is just excessive.
And I think, it's going to be excessive, but also just the amount of control you'll have, being able to take it, back it off as well.
So we'll check that out. We'll get into it. We'll have a look at it all. Let's go and hit some. I've got some woods here as well that we're going to build you into. We'll go for probably Cat 5 in the KBS stuff, so it's strong. You're going to see this guy as a speed machine. Build this up then back there. It's the sort of service, if you want it, you can do a retro build at the KBS Golf Experience where you literally send your irons in, and these guys here, they'll build the shafts up so you can get the exact service that my man is going to get. Sadly, you just can't box up Trotty Golf and get him, but we might do that one day. Maybe. Depends how this goes, see if I mess it up. Still hit some. So different to any normal fitting. Again, I've played golf with Cameron and know how he hits it. We're going with the C-taper out the gate. This bad boy is going to be X-Flex. It's also going to be the heaviest version they do. 1/2 inch longer. The bloke's got long arms. Look at this bad boy. I mean, proportional. He's a proper size human, but he's also got long arms, unlike myself. So we know that on the build spec, the clubs he was playing before, standard length. I've gone 1/2 inch longer. I've got the standard lie on a 7 iron. For those of you that follow that, that is 62. I will be looking at shot shapes and other interesting stuff, but trying to get the flight of this in the apex down to versus what he played, which was sky high. Give us a hit, mate. 7 iron. Little low in the blade.
Yeah.
I'll stop calling them before I hit for you. You don't miss the middle, do you? So, go again, give me one more.
That's a little high.
Okay. So you can see, you felt like that one was higher.
High in the face.
High in the face. So I'm looking at this with you. So this 113, shot before 128. So high in the blade would mean that would come down a little bit. Spin was at 61. Go again, hit us another one. Let's just lay down like 5 shots. Great ball speed, good flight. So your previous set were 1 degree more upright than this, lie angle, right? Because I've gone 1/2 inch longer here.
You can.
Yeah, so I'm looking at that tracing ball flight and we're not getting too much curvature on it.
Yeah.
You're the type of player that might say to me that you're feeling it. This is still pretty high. We know you hit it high, and I'm basing that off of club speed. In here, I'd like to maybe see it a hair flatter, but you're hitting the odd one that's not coming out with much spin. Let's chuck in the other one whilst we're comparing apples for apples. Other one being KBS Tour V. Now this is what Mickelson plays. He hits it high, colossally high as well. So let's get this in the mix, see how this goes.
That was probably that was a better strike. I mean, like the third one there.
A lot of this comes down to feel. I know you hit some looseners with this and you quite liked it. I think we're going to see consistent numbers with what you have. Obviously, we're getting lovely shapes. The bit on the actual fitting piece in terms of the spec, I don't think we're far off already. And again, normal fittings wouldn't move this quick. I've got a top quality player whose game I've seen, whose game I know. So I'm not taking forever to explain the intricacies of this to him because there's simply no need. But I do want to see what his reaction is to feel. We know he likes the head. No point in going down other routes. Let's see how this Tour V goes.
Is it the same weight?
Yep, 130 on this bad boy in the X-Flex. Again, that weight keeps the peak height down for you. So they're keys that we can't move on a fitting. We gotta do that for you because we know that apex is a thing. So just adjust, get used to the feel. I'm seeing similar numbers out the gate on that one. So let's maybe get directed a little bit by yourself. Okay, so we've just had an adjustment. I'm going for a firmer matte feel versus the feel here. I'd do that with a great player like this. They know where the low point is. They want to get the feel. I was seeing a few differences in spin rates. I want to get that consistent.
I felt like I was taking a divot there.
The mat moved, which is good.
Yeah.
The peak height on this one, and we're going to hit a few more, that's all I'm looking at. I'm seeing this come out on the little draw, not bad. But the peak height is
where it should be.
Where it should be, a hair high, but we know you're a high ball hitter. Good hit there. Consistency, 119 again. So you mentioned to me there, feel-wise, and I'm moving quick because of bell curve of players. I've talked about that before in all my fittings. I don't need to see 1,000 balls. The guy's not missed the middle since he's been here. So we got 2 shafts. I don't need to open Pandora's box and go into 50 different ones. But you said earlier, I don't know if you still feel the same, this one felt a bit more weighty.
It felt more head heavy.
Okay. So swing weight wise, balance point.
And that's become a really important thing for me because playing clubs that had such a light swing weight before, I feel like when I've got more, when I can feel the club head more, then I've got more, I can shape the shot whichever way I want it to go.
So the things that come into this, and you're going to see it in the build process, are frequency and swing weight. Very important to a player of this level. For me, I don't need to see any more of that. Both these shafts are in his wheelhouse. Why waste time? Any fitters out there watching that? Why see more golf shots? You may as well get back into the C-taper, which you know from your research before you start a fitting is going to generally be where you're going to go. You have the spec, you play golf with the guy, you know the guy's game. Don't waste time. There's no point. This shaft now becomes your second choice. It's a good backup to have. Get back into the shaft that is the one that you think they're going to go with, and then hit shots on that, record some data.
Already feels more, just, I can feel the head of the club more. Or like already, and you know what it also feels like? It feels like I'll easily, the biggest thing about when my swing weights are too light and it feels really shaft or grip around the center of balance is higher up, I can't, being a high ball hitter, I get nervous when the wind's coming into me or the wind's high at all. I feel like when the swing weight is wrong, I can't trap the ball.
You can't feel the head.
I can't feel the head, so and I feel like I can't get on top of it and hit it lower.
So all that talent you've got, and I'm not like building up your ego here because it's a fact, you're in the top 1-2% of golfers to play the game. If you've not got the balance point, then we could give you the best golf shafts in the game, we give you the best heads in the game. If it's not built correctly, which is why you want, and we'll show you the workshop in a minute, but that's why you want the security of that, you're screwed.
Yeah. We'll hit one with this.
Yeah, hit one, feel it.
It's a bit heavy.
Just get used to the feel, new feel. You know, if that's the thing with this, if I move you around, these aren't your golf clubs. So I'm changing things all the time, you know? But look, heavy, so spin rate down. Club speed is good, that's good. They're all I'm looking at, and I'm looking at this.
Try and like pick it. These the heads feel so great. Look amazing. That's better.
Lovely speed.
Way better. Went higher.
You are
Look at the height.
Yeah.
It was a cut though.
Yeah, a cut, so good, and that's gone up as a result of a cut. This has been consistent around 66.7. I think we might have to go a little bit more upright. I can't bend that because that's a fitting club, but when we build, I think one up.
Hair upright?
One up with the half inch and a hair upright. Because look, this cut's okay, but if my lie angle's there, that's on the money.
Yeah. That was a little heely as well.
Okay. You're calling out the fields quickly with this shaft,
Yeah.
though. You know you're jamming with it. So Healy, but it turned on us, which is interesting. Spin rate again, maybe down a hair.
But the misses, I just feel like, especially with these, the misses are going to be so much less.
Yeah.
Like
Mate,
my misses are going to be minimal.
we're moving from a prehistoric set of golf clubs into this. let's not.
That's what my mate said. He goes like, "Oh, we're coming from 1999 technology."
Gene Sarazen used your irons. Hit a cut. Hit a cut.
Hit a cut?
Yeah, you're hitting
So
inside.
hit a cut on purpose?
Yeah, hit a cut. Give me a cut path.
How I would hit a cut?
Yeah, I just want to see you hit me a little fade. Good. So you moved your path by 1 degree. Your height, you turned on top of it. I love it. That's a little low for a cut, which tells me it might not have been your purest cut, but it wasn't bad.
Want me to hit another one?
But
I caught it a little heely.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah, I can see from this, but it's pretty good, mate.
Do you want to hit a little left-righter again?
A little left to right, that height is great. You can keep them in that height for you is good. We know you're a high ball hitter, so in that height, fade on it for me. Look at the speed, it's good. And that's where I'd want the height to be. So look, are you good? Do you want to hit this hybrid off of this?
Yeah, sure.
So we're building a set. So for this club now, 105, great shaft. These guys love this. I know it's a good product on tour. If we go C-taper 130s in this, I'll go C-taper in the wedge shafts. I'm not going to change that. But for this club now, lighter. So if you want to get hunting off the tee, this would go in.
Okay.
And this will impact what we do with 3-wood. So that, again, this is weight now. So by taking the weight down, you're going to be able to be a bit more aggressive with this in that head type.
Yeah.
So it's a certain club for a certain job. You want a specific shaft for this club.
I hit that low. I was thinking about something.
Now some
For
golfers,
some reason, I thought I was going to hit that light behind me.
some golfers would go 5-wood here. We're not doing that with you
I
because
feel like it's just.
you can't. Your peak height is too high. I know you hit that low. You called it. It went low.
But if I try and hit one down,
Just hit a cruisy.
it's a little low.
It's good though, mate. It's good. Don't be too hard on yourself. Little low, but look at my peak height. Decent. And we'll match the lie angle to the set. So we might go a 1 up on this,
Yeah.
which will pull that start line.
Let me just get into a feel with this thing. That was more like that was a better swing.
I love the peak height.
Yeah, that thing's like, I just feel like I can hit it like that if I want to.
Exactly. See if you can hit one high.
Because I'm getting a more weighty head out of this, the C taper.
Yeah.
Do you think when we do actually build up because of my grip size, do you think that it will balance it out?
It's all part of the build. We'll make the clubs and we'll weigh the grips in the dry build with the amount of tape that you have to then marry the swing weight, which is why when folks go out there and do what he's asking and they change grips, you mess up the whole balance point.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. When we build the clubs here, we're building it with the amount of tapes that you require and the grips that you use, which are a little heavier because you're going into the +4s. And a +4 grip is simply taking the taper out of the grip. So if you grip it down and hit a knockdown shot, job done.
Yeah.
There's a 7-iron in that Tour V. So I'm leaning on you here. I'm leaning on you for feel.
For my feel.
Yeah, I like both options, but I want your opinion, your take on it. So from a fitting point of view, anyone out there who's a fitter, you change golf clubs on the player to change feels. Let them orientate themselves to where they're hitting. Cam keeps stepping off the mat, coming back into the shot. I love that. He's got to get his feels and lost in what he's doing, but by changing the clubs, I can keep looking at results and numbers. Good speed. You get good speed out of that. It's high.
Yeah.
C-taper comes out a bit flatter for you.
Yeah. I think what I want to be scared of is embracing the different feel. I think what I'm doing by coming back to the Tour V is going like, oh, this feels a bit more like my old clubs.
Like home, yeah.
Yeah.
I think your old clubs from playing golf with you are so bad for you.
Yeah.
Like you that's partly why I was like, yes, you need to come here. Because you can get the biggest gains.
A little low on the face, but not bad.
There you have it, the KBS Golf Experience. We're now in the workshop wrapping this thing up. The magic is happening. If you want to check this out yourself, you can do the retro build and send your clubs in for a reshaft to get this process done. That was no ordinary fitting. I knew Cam. He hit it great for us there. We got the ball flight down and got him into the feel he wanted. If you liked what you saw, there'll be another video next Tour Truck Tuesday. Simply subscribe and follow and hit that bell and follow along for more action.